folks, it's your buddy Noodler coming at you once again from our Blues Guitar Secret HQ. This is a follow-up lesson to a previous lesson I did called Transforming Pentatonics. I'm just going to do a quick recap of sort of what I taught in that lesson. What I did is I took the minor pentatonic scale, here we are in the key of A, which would be, 5-8, 5-7, 5-7, 5-7, 5-8, 5-8, and I turned that into the minor scale, or otherwise known as the Aeolian mode, by adding a couple of notes. So I'm going to run you through this once and then we're going to move on. And so, to turn the A pentatonic minor scale into the A Aeolian or A natural minor scale, these are the notes you want to play. Right? I'm on the 5th fret, so 5, 7, 8 low string, 5, 7, 8 A string, 5, 7 D string, 4, 5, 7 G string, 5, 6, 8 B string, 5, 7, 8 high E string. So once again, low E, 5, 7, 8, A, 5, 7, 8, D, 5, 7, G, 4, 5, 7, B, 5, 6, 8, high E, 5, 7, 8. Okay, so you've just transformed the pentatonic minor scale into the Aeolian scale. And the beautiful thing about that shape that I just taught you is if you play it over the major pentatonic, it's also the major scale. And an easy way to know what you're where to go from here, you want to turn this A minor scale into the major scale or the Ionian. Both scales share notes right here, the A note at the low E and the high E. You take that same pattern and you just start it there. This is the last note. Right? So your root note would be basically on the 2nd fret, the F sharp, right? Right, so we've dropped the root note a minor third or 3 frets towards the root from 5 to 2. Okay, so that's how you turn the pentatonic minor from that into the minor scale. And then you take that shape, drop it 3 frets towards the nut, and it's the major scale. So now you're playing A major. Okay, now that we've gotten that out of the way, what I want to talk about is sort of modal blues licks, or playing modes in your blues. And a real simple way to do this, I'm not going to get too deep into all the hows and whys. I'm just going to tell you 2 simple rules. Okay. The most ubiquitously played modes in blues are Mixolydian and Dorain. Absolutely, they get used the most. So I'm going to show you quickly right now how to find the Mixolydian scale, and I'm not going to waste any time here. You're in A again. You want to play A Mixolydian. Move up a whole step. So from the 5th fret to the 7th fret. Whole step is 2 frets. Move up a whole step and play the minor scale there. And you are now playing A Mixolydian. Alright, okay, so now you know how to find the Mixolydian mode and play it over your A blues. Dorian, how do we find the Dorian mode? Well, it's pretty simple. What you want to play is the minor scale that you've just learned over the 5 chord, which is E. Right? So you play E minor, right? E minor equals A Dorian. So, simple Simon shit. Real short lesson there. But before I let you go, at least one thing you should probably try and do here is, now that you know those modes, you know basically that B minor is A Mixolydian. Try this. Drone that low A note, that open A rather. Drone the A under that B minor scale and fuck around with that for a while. just to get the vibe. And the same thing with Dorain. Play the E minor scale with the A under it. Right? So E minor over A equals Dorain. And so now you know, simple rule really, in any key, like for instance if I was in the key of G, I know that if I play the minor scale a full step up from the root, which happens to be A minor, I'll be playing G Mixolydian. And if I want to play Dorain in G, I just find the 5, the 5th note, and since we're playing blues, we all know how to find the 5, and play the... Right? Right? So, simple stuff, kids. And, really, I'm going to keep it short and sweet. That's all I wanted to show you, was that simple rule. And let me recap it one more time, because I seem to love to just reiterate the same shit over and over again. 2 rules. You want to find Mixolydian, play the minor scale 2 frets or 1 whole step up from the root towards the bridge. Play that minor scale and you will be playing Mixolydian over whatever chord your root was. You want to play Dorain, start at the 5th note, right? And in A, that would be the E note, as we all know. Play that minor scale and you'll be playing Dorain over A. And, you know, if you're going to play modal licks, the thing to know is this. You got to change with the chords, okay? Sorry, I just had to put out a cigarette. You got to change with the chords. You can't just blow a Mixolydian. When you get to the D, you're going to want to switch it up again. Now, here's another trick I'm going to show you. It just occurred to me now that I ought to add to this lesson is that when you get to the 4 chord, what you can do is what, you know, A Dorain we figured out was E minor, right? Because it's off the 5th. Well, that Dorain also happens to function perfectly well as Mixolydian over the 4 chord. Okay? Hope that makes sense. We know that we're playing an A chord and we want Dorain, we start playing E minor, right? We start on the 5th and play the minor chord. But the beautiful thing is we can reuse that same E minor, play it over the D, and it'll be D Mixolydian, and try droning that open D note and playing some E minor. Right? You know, it just sounds great. Right? So E minor over the D is D Mixolydian. And finally, just to fuck you up with one more tidbit of information, when you get around to the 5 chord in your blues, which in this case will be E because we're playing an A, you can play the A major scale. So play the major scale of whatever your key you're in over the 5, and that will be Mixolydian over that 5. So right? So A major is actually E Mixolydian. Okay? And I guess that just about wraps it up, folks. See you soon. Thanks.